I'm going to show you how to feed your sourdough starter. All you need is starter, bread flour, a scale, and water. I only bake once a week, so I keep my starter in the fridge. If you're gonna keep your starter on the counter, you need to feed it every single day. So because I only feed once a week, I'm gonna feed on a 1-1-1. We do 20 grams of starter, 20 grams of bread flour, and 20 grams of water. So if you don't know the weight of your jar, you're gonna grab a fresh jar and you're gonna put it on, and then you're just gonna add 20 grams of everything. For me, since I know the weight of my jar, I need to do a little bit of subtraction. My jar weighs 604 grams. Because there's starter in it, there's more. And so I'm going to discard until I get to 624 grams total weight here, which means that I would have 20 grams of starter in here. Every time you feed, you discard. You don't have to discard by throwing it in the trash. You could make muffins, pancakes. You can do a number of things. I'm just not baking right now, so I'm going to throw it away. Also, instead of throwing it away, you could give it to a neighbor, a friend, someone who wants to start a sourdough starter. That was absolutely perfect. Now I have 20 grams of starter. So if you had an empty jar, you're gonna dump in 20 grams of starter, and then you're gonna clear your scale. We're adding 20 grams of bread flour. So I grab a spoon and just shake it off in here. Okay, I'm at 20 grams. If you put in too much, you can just scoop it out, no big deal. The water is a little bit harder because it's a little bit harder to get out, so I'm gonna go slower. We're done with the scale, and now we're just mixing. I just mix really well until everything is nice and combined. You wanna scrape down your sides because you want as much of the starter to be together as possible, because if it's on the side, it's gonna dry out and you won't really be able to use it. This is what she looks like. And then I'm gonna put her lid back on, and I'm gonna let her sit on the counter for an hour before I put her back in the fridge, just to let her rise up a little bit, because whenever she's in the fridge, it's a slower rise than on the counter. The night before I cook bread, but the night before I bake bread, I do a 50-50-50 to get to 150 grams total. 50 grams of bread flour, 50 grams of starter, and 50 grams of water. 50 times 3 is 150 grams. That's what brings you to the total. Most recipes will call for 100 grams of starter, but it does depend on your recipe. Love you.
If this is content you're into, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.